SULFUR Forever is undoubtedly a massive update, knocking out 2 milestones at the same time, while adding on a brand new one, but it is for good reason. Just like every update we've gotten before this, I've been working round the clock to hopefully find everything that was added in the SULFUR Forever update. So without wasting any time, let me introduce you to the 2 brand new guns that were added. First, you got the Wingman, which has 2 clips coming out the top of it, making it look kind of like a bird. That's why you call it the Wingman, because he's got wings. A decent assault rifle that might seem a little underwhelming if you don't figure out its secret ability right away. Maybe ability's not the right word for it, but if you follow your ammo count in your bottom right of your screen, you'll see that you drain 1 clip before you go to the next. The trick with this gun is to reload the first clip before going to the second, and only use the second clip if you absolutely have to. That will cut down your reload time in half. So really factor in precision when you're using it so you don't accidentally use too much ammo all at once. The Hellenback pistol, or maybe I should say pistols, is the second set of akimbo guns that we've gotten in SULFUR. Just like the Wingman, they do have a bit of a gimmick going on. For once I did a little reading, I don't know what came over me, and the game actually tells you that the black pistol will do more damage than the gray pistol, so every other shot will get a little bit of a damage boost. That's going to make it super interesting on how you want to build it, and I already started coming up with some ideas, but I think I want to save them for a video featuring the 3 newest guns in SULFUR, because we kind of forgot to do that with the Longboy, so hopefully soon I'll make a video with some builds for each of the new guns. Oh yeah, and the reload animation for the Hellenback is amazing. I absolutely love it. We also saw some changes to some of the levels to help improve their quality, make them play a little bit more fun. Like Town now has a brand new area for the shrine, and it is so much cooler. It has a freaking sniper who's gonna shoot down at you as you approach it, and an explosive wall that you gotta bust through to get out of there. I absolutely love how much more detailed this is than the old shrine area, and I hope when they say they want to do improvements, they mean more stuff like this. Touching up the levels, adding a little bit more flair to them, maybe even improving level generation, which it says it did that in the patch notes. It still felt more or less the same with the level generation to me going through Town, but I never thought it was that bad anyways. Fortress received some well-needed additions as well. The new areas and secret side rooms definitely make it feel a little bit more on par with places like the forest and desert. They're pretty consistent on where you can find them. I was constantly going to the one I'm showing you right here, which is kind of tucked away a little bit. Caves now has spider webs. I just thought that was kind of neat. And then they decided to drop a bomb on us and let us ADS with the Star and Witness now. A lot of us have been using oils that take away aim when building around it, but I guess you don't really have to do that now. Although the ADS does seem more like a meme than anything, so I'm probably still gonna build them the same way I always have and just hip fire with them. The best quality of life edition we could have got last update, but it's still good that we're getting it now, is item descriptions will now show if the item is involved in an active quest. Now you don't have to question on a run if somebody did need this or somebody did need that. Instead, when you find it, it'll just tell you. I do think it would be nice if they had almost a yellow glow when they're in your inventory, so they kind of pop out at you a little bit, because sometimes I'll eat the food too fast without realizing someone was asking for it. It's fine if we never get that, but that would be also pretty cool. As always, there was a lot of little things that were added or changed or fixed in this update that I'm not really going to go over because I don't think they're super important for you to know. So I do encourage you to go over the patch notes yourself just to make sure you don't miss anything. The day after this update release, we did get another patch. They kind of do this with a lot of updates. It's nice. You get a little bit of a bonus. 0.14.4 made it so achievements could work again because the update kind of broke them. And before this little patch, in order to fight the final boss of the game, you'd have to go all the way through Desert again, beat Desert Claws, and then get access to the final fight. Now all you gotta do is wander a few steps off to the side and you'll find a giant door. I mean, you can't miss it. And that giant door will lead you to the final chapter, the end of the road for this arc of the story and a setup for what comes next. We knew they had plans for additional levels, so it's no surprise, but it is great to read that. There's so much more to come. I'm not gonna spoil the ending of the game, so make sure to go play through it. It's awesome. You're gonna love it. Trust me. Plus, it's the only way to unlock Endless Mode, which is what we're about to get into, and there is a lot to say about Endless Mode. If you watched my review of SULFUR, you know, the one that I finally made after 500 hours, you'll know I got the opportunity to stream the new update on the Steam store page. To me, it was a massive moment on the big stage. We're talking Steam here, the only place you can buy the freaking game. You might be wondering how it went. Uh-oh. That's fair. I think I might have botched it. It went about 4 hours long, which is a lot. That's a lot of time. I want a Swedish anime. I want a Sulfur Swedish anime. Like, unironically, tell me that shit wouldn't be fucking fire. Tell me you don't want a fully voiced Ralphie in your ear, dude. Not in a weird way. It was great, but also pretty rough. Anybody that's played Endless Mode already would know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, you'll know very soon. If you want to see the playthrough, it should be on my brand new channel, which is going to feature all my longer, like, Let's Play Sulfur videos, and maybe some other stuff in there too, because the homie Dodd has become exclusively edited videos. Come on, what is this? Dude. I mean, I guess it's a Steam game. I hope this isn't one of those games. Members should get the video early because I appreciate them. Thanks, gang. You'll see it on the homie dot. Everyone else will have to go to the new channel. Still, though, Endless Mode feels like a great place for streamers to play the game. It felt a lot easier to just get comfortable and chat it up with the gang while I was running through it. I gotta get wet more often than anything else. I'm not a big dry guy when it comes to waves. It's just a great vibe, even if some of the runs were scuffed, or the mode in general is pretty scuffed, but some of the runs were extra scuffed. He's fucking God to me now. Uh-oh, we might be soft locked here. Not like a... Oh, no, we're good. We're good. Whoa! You can access Endless Mode right next to Arthur. There'll be a hatch that leads to the basement. You pay a stamp, and you can jump right in. Once it starts, it's fairly simple. It's you versus a whole lot of enemies. Just the way we like it. It feels almost more like a horde Endless Mode. Instead of jumping from level to level, you just stay in one area for 8 to 10 waves. I think it can even go higher. I don't know, though, because I made it to stage 5, and the game completely broke to the point I wasn't able to do any damage because of the hit reg issues. If you spend too much time playing Sulfur, eventually your bullets will stop working. The only way to fix it is to close out the game, and if you're in Endless Mode, closing out the game means ending your run. It's a brutal bug, but it only seems to happen after about 2 to 3 hours. Kinda defeats the purpose of being called endless, though. I managed to rush through as many stages as possible and made it all the way to stage 6, and there was no hit reg issues, none at all. Instead, enemies didn't spawn in, which sucks. Which meant I had to Alt F4 again. If you run into a big issue like this that doesn't let you progress through anymore and you can't do anything but quit out, don't exit through your pause menu. Make sure you force close out the game. You don't want to die for something that's not your fault. In fact, I was DMing with Perfect Random and they told me every time you access your storage or a vendor's inventory while on an endless run, the game will save its current state. So at least that's good. You could salvage something out of it. Also, make sure to be backing up your save files, guys. Come on, don't tell me you stopped doing that. If you're gonna play it, I would say play it in dev mode. That way you can teleport back to the church without having to lose any of your current state. And also, if you happen to die because of some stupid hit reg thing, you can refund yourself all the ammo and sulf coins and consumables that you might have lost that wasn't your fault. Never feel bad about cheating for good. Even with all these issues that Endless Mode has, it's still incredibly addictive. But I wouldn't treat it like Endless Mode right now. If anything, I would treat it as a means to grind out more stamps, grind out more items, because you can't actually go forever. But the soundtrack that's exclusive to Endless, now that is timeless. There's a lot of detail put into this mode. It feels completely separate from the standard Sulfur experience, so much so that I pretty much sold everything I had in my storages except for the stuff I really love. It took me 2 hours or so to finally sort my shit, and it's probably only gonna last a week before it's a mess again, but that's the life of the Extraction roguelite shooter fan. As you can imagine, with all this brand new stuff added in Endless Mode, I'm gonna have to make some other videos about it. I'm not gonna go into every minute detail. That's gonna be like a 3-hour video or something. It's just not going to be interesting after a while. But there's still some stuff I want to talk about Endless right now. For one, the spawns on some of the levels are a fucking joke. Sure, it's funny the first time, but the 5th and 6th time is like, what the heck is going on here, man? When enemies die, they drop experience shards in Endless, and when you pick those up and get your levels, you get a selection of cards. Now, there is just about everything you can think of in these cards. Permanent buffs like XP, max health, speed, those are going to last you your entire entire run, while others are only for the current stage, like infinite durability. I like infinite durability. Make sure you bring a grip of backup weapons, maybe even a one-shot breacher or a super strong arbiter. You know, something that'll help you teach the bosses a lesson. At later stages, you might even see more than one boss. Be smart when you're selecting your cards, and make sure to banish the obvious bait. You'd have to be pretty stupid to get trolled by the tough chickens and kids. Someone's a tough kid to fight for you this stage? Is this a troll? Are you trolling me? This kid sucks. I stab this guy all the time. You're not tough, punk. What are you gonna do? Let's see. Let's see how tough you are. Oh yeah, look at this fucking piece of shit. We were told during the Q&A that the enemies wouldn't be dropping loot. That's not the case. In fact, they're dropping a lot of loot. Probably something they decided to change before releasing it, and I do like it this way. I love running naked in endless mode. Just go in with nothing and either plan to take everything out and get some free loot, or just grind out stamps. Because alongside the card rerolls and the banishments, you can also just take a stamp if you don't like any of the options, which might make some people's ultimate stamp guides kinda worthless now, and all the time he spent freaking doing those goddamn Google Sheets was... I mean, I thought it was fun making it. I guess it's still good for people that don't have endless mode, right? You still have to beat the game to get it, so that's for my people working their way through. By the way, when you beat the game, you unlock the credits in the main menu, or just by beating the witch every time you'll get the credits. I know it's not super fun, but the people do deserve their flowers for making this game, and also it was added to Sulfur, so I gotta bring it up. I'm legally obligated to mention that. I don't want to clickbait ever. Oh, so you can speed it up. Well, I'm still reading it. Look, I read really fast. I did find some stuff that I didn't see mentioned in this patch notes, and some of them might have been mentioned in some previous patch notes that I just missed. I don't think so, though, okay? I'm very keen on the details. Like how boss health bars now show invulnerability stages. Some great quality of life that is gonna gray out their health bars when you can't hurt them. Oh, and the Emperor even got a new nickname. Ooh. I also found a stamp on the ground when I was running through caves. That might have been added in the quest update. That would be the logical place to squeeze that in there. If so, it's possibly incredibly rare, or my RNG is showing. If you press F1 while playing endless mode, you could pull up a stats screen that will show you all of your added attributes from what you picked from your cards, as well as the stage and wave that you're currently on, as well as some other interesting information. Hopefully they decide to add this to the inventory screen or something, because it's a little janky doing it this way, and it looks a little placeholder. And I always thought a stat screen could be good in the inventory anyways. There's a whole portion of the screen that has nothing on it. You could put your speed, your armor stat points, and now all your endless information too. I regret to inform you that I did come across some other bugs. Like this super creepy sound that made me pause my talk show. Not podcast, it's talk show. Just to listen. Also, the return of the double vendor bug. And since it's a sequel, we gotta go bigger, and we gotta go better. 2 vendors is old news. 4, now we're getting somewhere. How about 5? 5 emo kids in one level of castle. That is brilliant. Apparently, there was a soft lock in endless mode that if you were drawing your melee while going into the card selection screen, you couldn't play no more. Sound like Lenny from Mice and Men, but you get what I'm saying. They fixed it, but now if you do that, you run the risk of not being able to melee at all, which happened to me. Also, mines have a tendency to clip into the ground and blend in with all the little yellow dots on all the floors throughout the endless maps. So be super careful when you're out there sweeping. Going forward at the end of an everything video, I'm gonna show you guys what I found in dev mode. I'm not doing that yet. I just wanted to mention that in dev mode, you can skip all of the game by finishing main story and unlocking endless mode there. So if you got Sulfur specifically for endless mode, you can do that. I mean, the rest of the game is still great. I don't recommend that. I would recommend just playing through it. And if you need help, I have videos that are specifically about easy to make guns and build loadouts that can help you breeze through the entirety of the game to this very point. Good news, everyone. I actually have a reason for why this video is taking longer to make. And that reason is 0.14.6, the patch that came out on December 9th. Unlike 0.14.5, the patch that came out on December 8th, this patch actually actually did fix the crashes that were having an endless, and I made it all the way to stage 11. You can see right here because they added text to your inventory screen at the top so you could see what wave and stage you're on. See, I told you it was a good idea. But I should warn you, at stage 7, your performance will tank significantly. I was dropping frames left and right, and by the end of stage 10, I had a massive headache and I couldn't go anymore. This is probably the biggest update we'll ever see for Sulfur, so I'm gonna need you guys' help. Just as always, please go into the comments and let me and others know of other things that I didn't mention, or maybe the information was entirely correct, maybe it was fixed in a patch. You guys are always more than welcome to chime in. I love talking to you guys about Sulfur. I love talking about this game all the freaking time. Let's keep going, baby. Sulfur forever. Isn't that what they say? Isn't that what the saying is? Sulfur forever? Just like my eternal love for the channel members. These outstandingly kind folks are grinding IRL karma to get into the great beyond. Wait, this sounds crazy. Let's redo that. These beautiful people go out of their way to give my family and I some extra support every month. They don't have to do that. Oh, I was waiting for you guys to say it back. I feel like at this point, you should be saying it into your phone. Like, even if you're rolling your eyes. But they do it anyways, right? Every single one of you are awesome. I appreciate you so much. Now we're getting to the fun stuff, the possible spoiler stuff. So leave now, because the last time we did this, we found a you could inside of the dev kit. Oh shit, people that haven't beat the game. I'm gonna have to bleep that, aren't I? Basically, when we look through dev kit, we usually find some stuff they're working on for upcoming updates, so you gotta leave right now if you don't want to know about that. Not to come on too strong, but the first thing I found is a bit of a stretch. I honestly don't know what this is. But the third time I fought the witch, as I was driving, I noticed there was a Simpson. Like a yellow dude. Is anyone else yellow in the game? Since I was in the dev kit, I was able to zoom in and get up close to him. This is what he looks like. I almost think he looks like he's about to go fishing. You got the dock right there. Are they saying, hey, you know, fishing's coming? Maybe they are. There is a fishing rod in dev kit. I don't know. It's a reach. It's a total reach. But I like the look of this guy, all right? I like the cut of his jib. He's not the sexiest man I uncovered in Sulfur. Okay, he's not the cutest. He's not the hottest. I found a way to look at the Sulfur Man, the priest, the father. I figured out while I was looking at the Simpson that if you go back to your car, I don't know why I did this, you can actually see the father now, and he's a barrel now. It used to just be a couple of arms. I think they're getting ready for multiplayer with this so that we can see each other as we play through the game. That's just my theory, but I think it's pretty sound. Another thing they're probably working on is a firing range. One of the walls of the debug area has been taken down, and you can find a bunch of goblin dummies all in different ranges that you can shoot at. Test your guns and the like. You can even spawn these dummies in outside of the range, so you could test them wherever you want, like Kevin's room. Ultimately, I'm glad we got this update when we did. I was jonesing for some more Sulfur content. We didn't get an update last month, so yeah, I kind of needed this, right? I need a fix. I'm willing to accept the good with the bad, and the good is all the content we're getting. Every single thing that was added was great, and the bad is obviously the bugs. None of those are good. None of them are that funny, except for maybe the Simpson. I don't know. Maybe something. I can't. What is that guy? What is going on there? Why am I obsessing over him? The real question is why no one cares. I guarantee you everyone else was like, okay, like why? Who gives a shit, dude?